mighty American shaman. Find a location near you today.
And a good morning to you, rugby fans. Welcome to beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. We have Sevens rugby action coming for you all day.
Blow up the spot, then we run it. Ready or not, here we coming. Somebody better say a prayer for me. Tonight may get a little crazy. You can meet me.
Handles that one, finally moving out. It looks like they are in the try zone again, extending their lead.
In our game,
Hello, American rugby fans, and welcome to the NCR Collegiate Rugby Championship Sevens. We are all set to go here at the Maryland Soccerplex in Boyd's, Maryland. First up today here in the CRC Sevens National Championship, we've got the small college championships with Babson College and Springfield College. I'm Tim Wilkes, and I'm joined by Darian Lovelace, and we have great action here for you today. Babson here in the white shorts, green top jerseys will get us kicked off. We are just about set for the small college national championships.
Kicks to Springfield. Springfield in the red.
Goes deep. Looks like that one dropped off, but taken backwards and then scooped up here by Babson on the charge. Skura takes it into contact about 10 meters out.
Here comes Babson.
Possession here back to the center of the pitch. Pass a little bit off the mark, but they're able to keep things moving into the hands of Ndai. For some space, still good defense here from Springfield. They're in the red jerseys. Here to the near side, back to Skura. Skura loses this one forwards, gets it punched out. Come back here for the scrum down.
Yeah, we're already seeing some mishandling happening here earlier just because of conditions. It's wet, it's rainy. We can even see kind of a slide, but right here he just takes his eyes off of the ball for 1 second. The wraparound, it looks like it might be a high tackle. Referee did give a card for that just because we were so close to scoring. And now it'll be a Babson scrum. You can see the rain pooling over top of our cameras here today.
Yeah, we had a brief little breathing space yesterday. Beautiful day here in Maryland yesterday, but things have gotten a little bit darker here this afternoon. But right now it's Babson looking to charge through here in the national championship. They got it out through the hands of Santos. Nice little switch, dummy fake, and around the corner they go. Garoppolo in for the try for Babson.
Ruffalo definitely looking very intentional in the movement. He made a very smart adaptation here in the rain just because it's really wet and rainy. You don't have to give the ball. What he does is he attacks with his body. You see the drift across, the hand gets pinged. He uses the ball to do the work. It's that tiny little change of direction, the little pump fake, and then the backing and the confidence of the speed. What a try here early on in this match.
Conversion is no good.
Defensive end there, number 14 for Springfield, but just did not have the speed to get all the way to the outside and slow down Garoppolo. Sophomore business major out of Saratoga, New York, gets Babson on the board first. First half, Babson with the lead. Santos takes this one deep into Springfield territory. Kick goes inside the 22, and this time it does go forward to Babson with immediate pressure, and they're looking to cash in for the second time in a row.
Almost like Groundhog Day, they find themselves right back in the same position yet again. Springfield College just not doing themselves any favors. One of the best ways to start your attack is by catching your kickoffs. They're going to have to consolidate if they want to stay in this game against Babson.
The scrum here from Reed Santos. Santos NCR All-American, also part of the USA national team U23 selection back in 2021. Beautifully done through the scrum. But this pass a little bit off the mark.
Got four
Into the
again,
hands here.
coming outside.
Garofalo, the try scorer. Switch it back into contact. Goes 7 now. Bobbled a little bit coming out of that ruck, but they're able to retain possession here the near side through the hands of Skura. All the way to the outside. Gentili takes it in. This one gets kicked out of the ruck a little bit. We're going to have hands in the ruck. Penalty here to Babson. Quick tap here from Santos. Takes it into contact and slams it home for the second try of the match for the Babson Beavers.
Santos, the beekeeper, the bee's knees. Right here, it's just a quick recognition. Not rolling away. They get cut a little bit in that no-man plan for Springfield, but it's just a heads-up play, the backing of himself, the low body height, and then the dive makes it so that Babson is just continuing to find themselves in this try zone.
Strong work there from the scrum half.
Kick is up, the kick is
Takes
no
the
good.
kick as well. Can't convert his own try. It's Babson on top, 10-0 with 3 minutes left to play here in the first
How's
half.
everybody feeling out there
To see
today?
a little bit more here from Springfield as we take a second look, Darren.
They just look so fast. Babson looks so lethal with ball in hand despite the conditions. Springfield is really going to have to get confident, get excited. This is the small college championship. This is all out time.
Ground ball on the restart. Taken by
Here off the
Springfield.
restart, Santos with a little bit of a grubber. Switched things up a bit. It scooped up nicely there by Frunzio, but ends up with a penalty here. Looks like hands in.
Good run for Springfield.
A little bit of a word talking to there, Carlo Frunzio.
It is a penalty to Babson.
Sends back 10, and just like that, Darian, no possession here for Springfield College. This is a team that with 4 wins on the weekend, 3 of them with a 14-12 score line. They have got some work to do here, finally into Babson territory, but it's been all possession here from the Beavers. Santos gets us set back up again here from the scrum. Nicely done. Gets the return pass beautifully out here to the near side. Through the hands of 7 now. 7 now into contact. Support's arriving there. Just has to pop this one out though. Into the hands there of Garofalo. Gets it out to the outside. Babson just continuing to milk this clock. Already up by 2 tries. Nice little moves over the 22-meter line. Goes in die. Now back out here to the near side. Boys in green all the way across the 22-meter line. Into contact. 7 now again. Close to that touch line, but they're able to keep it in play. But then finally the flag goes up. Put this one down. Looked like Skura there has been lethal here on the near side.
What Babson is doing a really good job of is they're consolidating their passes and kind of cheating into each other. They know that it's wet and rainy conditions, but Springfield, you were talking about it earlier, they're not a team to discredit because they work really hard. We see them come across a sea of red, just flinging that Babson player right on out. They're still in this game completely.
They're off the line out, nicely taken just over the 5-meter line to that front jumper. And now they'll try to stab kick this one through, but Santos got a paw on it and was able to retain possession. Looked like that one might have gone forward, and a referee confirms. So strong work there on the defensive end from Santos, already with the try. It's got plenty of tools in the bag.
Just unfortunate there, just an unfortunate bobble. The conditions are wet and rainy, but Springfield showing a little bit of expertise there. They're able to get out of this end a little bit, gain some possession and gain some ground.
This one up the back here for Springfield. The Pride look to find some space here on the near side, but that door gets slammed shut there by Skura. Try to find the opening here back again. Continue to just go back and forth. Now center of the pitch, they've got some forward momentum going their way. Astley hands this one off, gets it there to Master. Now they're breaking through over to the outside. Over that midfield stripe, into contact again goes Astley. First up here from Springfield, and they're able to earn themselves a penalty. The quick tap over the 10-meter line they go. First little burst, we're into stoppage time, over 7 minutes. So next knock on or out into touch will end the half But Springfield looking to desperately get back into this one. Into contact now goes Cruz. Out the back to Gallagher. Over to the far side of the pitch. They've got a little bit of space. Nice little run there from Master. Nathan Master, the freshman. Takes it into contact, but this one gets jumbled there back behind. They have to dive on top of it, end up knocking it on, and that will do it for the first half of action here in the D2 National Championship. It's Babson College on top of Springfield 10-0. We'll take a quick break and come back for the second half of action here live from the CRC Sevens.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our
It's time to take care of yourself and enjoy life again. CBD American Shaman has a full line of hemp-derived products to help you experience the fullness of life. Whether it's a better night's sleep, relief from worries and tension, or just having fun, consultants at CBD American Shaman will guide you on your journey. Visit findcbdnow.com for a location near you. FindCBDnow.com. CBD American Shaman. Life is better with the feather.
In our game.
Welcome back to the Maryland Soccerplex here in Boyd's, Maryland, just outside the city of Washington, D.C. We have had a great bit of action here in the National Collegiate Rugby College Rugby Championships. National championship here on the small college side. It's Babson College, the boys in green there, taking on Springfield, and right now they've got a 10-point lead. Tim Wilkes joined by Darian Lovelace, former USA Eagle pool player. Darian, it's been a great first half, but all Babson.
Babson are just doing the right things in the rain. When you make the adjustment to attack on and hit those tiny gaps, they're finding success there. But Springfield College just still trying to play to their pattern as before, trying to move the ball wide, running sideways. If they can learn to adapt, then they can easily come back in this game.
Nice high ball here from Gonzalez, but this one does not go 10. We'll come back to a free kick from midfield and a chance to attack right off the bat here for Reed Santos, big number 5, the junior, out of the Philippines originally. He'll actually choose the scrum down here off of the free kick. They've done well in those scrums so far, had a few easily passed between the legs. And definitely a plus for them just watching those seconds tick off the clock. A little over 6 minutes away from being crowned the national champions on the on the small college side. Beautifully worked out of the scrum, through the hands, over to the far side of the pitch. They'll bring it back in now. Well done, not going into contact, keeping things in open play. But a drop there is called, and I know we're going to call obstruction here as they pick that one up with a player in front. So a penalty here, back to Springfield, and the Pride with a chance to attack. Boys from Massachusetts looking for some space. Nice little run there from Jojo Gonzalez. Finds this one out at the last second, though. And scooped back up here by Springfield right at midfield. Into contact they go. Aiden Gallagher finds some space there on the outside. Nice little pass to Janeski, but he gets driven out into touch, and so it's Babson will have the line out here back inside their own half.
Yeah, we've talked about this sideline time and time again. It seems to be a trend. As soon as you get close to it, you've got to cut back in as the defender comes across to make sure that you don't turn over possession. Springfield College need the ball back if they want to score. Babson is still leading 10-0.
This time they will take it up high, but that ball hits its target there on the outside of the body, so not straight. Easy call there for the referee. We'll have a substitution come in, but a scrum down chosen here from Springfield as we take a second look.
Yeah, we just see they do a good job of getting him to the top. It's the fact that it's not in the tunnel. It's perceived as not straight. It has to be contestable for both teams in the air. Because it goes to the right, referee has to blow that up.
Special thanks to everyone a part of this amazing tournament here in DC. So many years of the CRC Sevens being a part of the American rugby culture, and we are on our way this weekend and so close to crowning another national champion. We had a couple yesterday on the women's side. The men here, Springfield looking, scrambling, trying to find something. Left a big teardrop pass here in the center of the pitch after release, but it is the Beavers able to get their hands on it. James Gentili kicks this one all the way through, switches the pitch. Springfield trying to find the ball here, but obstruction, the call. They had two players there, so Babson back on the front foot. They've got numbers there on the far side, but they'll take it straight up the gut, through the defense, and right in. Big try there from Adney, and that will do it. We've got a 15-point lead here for Babson.
Yeah, Springfield College just again not doing themselves any justice. The lack of getting back, they're still scrambling, but Babson is just so fast. They've been so big about getting the attack, making sure that they're hitting these strike lines hard and fast. He takes it right into the heart of Springfield College and is able to get another try in between the sticks for his team.
Adenal, the junior out of Nigeria, was on the second team Nerfu selection. Babson really starting to stretch their legs here. They're able to cash in off of that obstruction penalty. Smart little kick taken there to be able to flip the pitch and allow them to attack. So it'll be Santos again with the beautiful high ball. Sends this one into the Maryland sky, but this one taken back, and backwards they go, and it's finally scooped up again. And Babson almost had the try. 5 meters out, they lost it forward. We'll have the knock on, but there, and they almost were able to capitalize yet again. Adenal could not touch this one down, though.
Yeah, we call it the BOGO on the passes that hit the deck. Usually if one person starts to get frantic, you almost cause a domino effect. Sometimes you just need to go in there, set the ruck, set your platform, get physical in the breakdown. Don't allow Babson to keep on flooding through the channels. That was almost a very, very, very bad mistake for Springfield. Babson down in their own end, even though Springfield now has about 95 meters that they've got to attack out of.
Beavers really starting to tee off on the defensive end. Tackle after tackle there. Had the Springfield Pride in dire straits. Man down here as we'll stop the clock. 17-0 your score. Babson on top here in this small college national championship. Tim Wilkes and Darian Lovelace taking you through the action here the first two matches. It's been a tremendous weekend. Just about set to go yet again. The rain coming down here in Boyd's, Maryland.
How about a round of applause for Nathan Masters?
Just enough time here to get 4 national championships under our belt here tonight. Time back on. It will be Springfield College with the put in back in the scrum.
Pride versus Beavers.
Falling apart initially. It looked like possibly an early drive, but Springfield are able to come away with it out of their own try zone. Nicely done. They're back into the hands now there of Gonzalez. JoJo takes it into contact. They're able to swing it back out here to the near side, but the big hits continue for Babson. That time they're able to jar it loose, but a penalty is going to be awarded. Big hit coming there from Aiden Gallagher.
And a card.
Looks like Gallagher may end up with the penalty there.
To Babson.
Actually going to end up being Adenal. That'll be sent off. So the try scorer will take a seat, and the last 2 minutes will be played a man down here for Babson. Springfield back with ball in hand. Just have not been able to generate much on the offensive end throughout the day. Babson just been too good on the defensive end, but now with 6 players, we'll see if some gaps open up. Pass up over the top did look forward, and we're going to bring that one back. Just another mistake for the Pride.
Yeah, when it comes to frantic play, that's whenever your mistakes happen. Whenever you're down, that's whenever you have to be the most clinical. We see the wind up with the one-arm pass. It's totally forward. The wing is just not able to gather that one in, unfortunately. Springfield even though they've only got about a minute and a half left and they're down about 3 tries, it's still important to maintain your composure and maintain your pattern.
Yeah, you called it. There was an easier pass there available. Decided to go over the top with the skip, and they will pay for it. It's Babson back in possession here. Trying to get this one through. Definitely an early foot coming up there from Springfield. Good job by our referee stepping in. Reset this one. Make sure nobody tries to hook the ball until it comes in. Gotta have some sort of channel available for the feed. Foot's still there. They're able to go back. But this time they get dinged for the feed, so they try to go around that boot, get dinged for it. Now it's a penalty and a quick tap here for Springfield. Jojo Gonzalez straight into contact, loses it forward though. An advantage being played here for Babson on the knock-on. Still playing with 6 guys out on the pitch, but they'll continue to work it through the hands. Nicely done from Santos, and they find space anyway here on the near side. Running down the pitch, Callum Nicholson. Had a little bit of space, but ended up leaving it behind. We'll play advantage now here for a knock-on from Babson. Springfield ball in hand. Let's see if they can use this space. Skip pass up over the top, finds 3 on the far side of the pitch. Nicely done into contact. Good job sucking in the defense and spinning it all the way out to the far side. Into the hands of Janeski. Takes it into contact, but a big hit. Nicely taken tackle by Santos. Swims through, huge counter ruck, but gets called for the penalty there. Big work there from Reed Santos. We've been calling his name throughout the match, and he continues to shine. Springfield back with ball in hand, center of the pitch. Another strong one from Baltazar Gonzalez. Jojo, as they call him, brings him about 30 meters out. But again, the knock-on off the hands. We're into stoppage time, and that will do it. Babson College are your small college national champions here at the CRC Sevens. What a weekend for them. Their 4th victory in as many matches. And there you have it, Darian, your small college national champions.
The goose egg there, look at the hype. They played such a good defensive effort. We see Springfield just absolutely exhausted. So much rugby played over the course of the past 3 days. Both teams have had to work tirelessly to get here. It's no easy feat to play in a national championship, so kudos to Springfield. But Babson, the absolute legends, the bees knees and Santos, they absolutely slayed it today. Very well deserving for the small college championship.
Good work there. Babson coached by Bobby McGuire. All smiles there for the boys in green. We've still got 3 more national championships to go. Step aside here, and up next, we've got the D2 national championships on deck. Stay tuned here to the CRC Sevens.
We play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch, we are the bind, we are the set, we are the squeeze, we are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scrum.
Welcome back, rugby fans. We are here live, the Collegiate Rugby Championship. Welcome back to Maryland Soccerplex in Boyd's, Maryland, home of the CRC Sevens, here for National Collegiate Rugby. It's been a tremendous weekend, and we are just about set to crown our second national champion of the day. Up next, it's the D2 side of things with IUP taking on NC State. Tim Wilkes here with Darian Lovelace. And Darian, we've got a great matchup on our hands between two powerhouses on the D2 side.
Very exciting stuff here. We've seen matches left and right throughout the weekend that have been competitive and down to the wire into the final minute. Both teams are going to be extremely exhausted. They've been running all weekend and they've been getting beat up, absolutely. So both teams are going to have to learn to recover, regroup, and become efficient. But both teams are talented. Such exciting stuff here for the D2 Collegiate Rugby Championships here in Maryland.
Justin Hale, our referee, hailing out of Lone Star Rugby Referee Society here in Texas, also part of the Texas Rugby Referee Society, gets us underway. And ball in hand here to start things off. IUP looking to make the charge.
NC State in black.
Take it into contact here at midfield, and they'll come back here to the near side of the pitch. Strong work. He start off the day past the midfield stripe and over the 22-meter line. They look to stretch their legs and score the opening try of the match. Dotting it down is Brian Arnold. He'll take it all the way between the posts. And the quick lead here to start off the match. Strong work.
Already showing a lot of promise here early on. They're using their footwork and they're using their feet to create it. We see a lot of pressure coming in from the defense, but there's an overload here. There's about 3 attackers outside of those 2 defenders, but he cuts back inside the straightening run and then the speed. The chase is coming. They come across and they do a good job, but it's the leg drive, the determination. This is the championship. It's for all of the marbles. Both teams are going to be competing so heavily to get in that try zone.
Both teams with a lot of work on the weekend to get to this point. It's NC State that cashes in first. NC State had a big 17-12 win over Georgetown. They have been dominant throughout the weekend, putting up 76 points, only 5 against in pool play in their 3 matches. And they've come out streaking hot here with a big 60-meter run to start things off. Take this kick back near their 22-meter line here. IUP just playing a little ball in hand. Strong tackle. Taking them right to deck. Good job there from Rozier on the defensive end for NC State. They'll look to find some space here on the near side of the pitch, but that door slams shut quickly. IUP just catching it flat-footed. They'll look to spin it out to the far side, but strong defense from NC State comes up and meets them behind the gain line. Good little rumble through from Kovalit. Now they'll take it to the near side. Little stab kick past the defense, trying to run through it, but it trickles out into touch, and we'll have our first line out of the match here for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, IUP just looking a little bit tired here and getting caught a little bit flat-footed. We see them, the reload is kind of poor. They try and get a little bit of territory here. There's nobody back home behind the defense, but unfortunately the ball just doesn't get the distance, and it'll be a turnover in possession.
Still under high pressure there is IUP from this Wolfpack defense that has been relentless so far, coming up as a squad. Making the tackles where needed. Beautiful little throw, gets it back down into the hands of Fort Jablonski. Through hands all the way to the outside, far side of the pitch now, looking for some space over the 10-meter line and up to the midfield stripe. Strong run there from Henry Jones. A little bit of a contest there from IUP, but again, here in the rainy weather, nothing coming easy. That one knocked on forward, and it'll be an opportunity for the Crimson Hawks to strike.
Definitely about time for them. We see the turnover. It's just very late support. Legs are tired. Teammates are tired. We see the ball kind of fall down at the feet. Technique kind of starts to falter, especially whenever you're on the last game of the tournament. Both teams have had to play in about 4 matches to get here, so it's really going to be about the team that is able to push through.
NC State was able to get a bye through the quarterfinals, but IUP here playing their 5th match of the weekend. Like you said, going to take some tired legs to see what they've got left in the tank. But right now it's NC State just relentless on the defensive end. They knocked this one forward. I believe this is going to be intentional, and a yellow card presented. Just like that, it's going to be the Crimson Hawks with the 1-man advantage. As NC State down to 6, and the Crimson Hawks will look to punch this one through. Easily taken, though, there in the back by Henry Jones. Jones with the offload, and the Wolfpack look to break through over the 22-meter line. Illman with a nice little run, but a strong counter ruck blows this up, and it's knocked on forward. So it's IUP with an opportunity here, a scrum down from the 22-meter line of NC State.
Very smart. Again, we're seeing the disconnect happen here from NC State. Just very slow to get there, and it's that counter ruck, that recognition. He hits right as he's going to go pick up the ball. That gets the turnover. This is prime attacking position and probably the best attacking platform that they've been in this whole first half.
Let's see if they can cash in on that positioning here. They'll have a scrum just outside the 22-meter line. Bring this one back, but a strong defensive take. A little bit too aggressive, though, and they'll get dinged for the penalty. Jablonski gets nicked there, and will quick tap, take this one in the contact through Brian Arnold with the offload. They're 5 meters out, but lost it forward. Just that slick ball causes another knock on, and so it'll be a 5-meter scrum back to NC State.
Yeah, just a little bit of the white line fever. We see here they're just trying to push the pace. They knew that there was somebody coming in on the inside, and the space was there. But one thing that you can't forget about is the conditions. It's really wet out there. Ball is extremely slippery, and now North Carolina have a long stretch to go, but they get possession back.
Especially with the one-man disadvantage here. After the penalty, Ollie Swales is out with the yellow for about another minute or so. We've got 1 minute left to play here before halftime. It's NC State up 7-0 in our D2 National Championship. They've got ball in hand, looking to find some space. Jablonski able to find the offload here from their own 22, and smartly they'll just kick this one deep. Nobody back. Actually able to get it over that final fullback. Scoop this one up about 25 meters out, and now it's IUP looking to counter. They'll punch this one through with the boot. Got a little bit of space, kicked back forward, but now finally picked up here for the Crimson Hawks at the 10-meter line, but we will play another knock-on. Stalling just couldn't hang on to it into the tackle, and we'll still have enough for one more play, but a scrum down back to NC State.
I've got to say there is a large amount of kicking here for sevens. Whenever you're looking to get out of your end, possession makes sense, but in these wet and rainy conditions, it's just not doing anybody any favors.
Here come the Wolfpack.
Through the scrum they go. NC State looking for some space here on the near side, but they cough this one up. Knocked on into contact. Here goes IUP over the 10-meter line. They've got numbers. They'll try to find some space. Nice little cut back over the 22-meter line. The Crimson Hawks get tackled dangerously high. I think we've got a yellow card and a penalty try coming. Big run there for IUP, and they will knot this one up 7 apiece, and that will probably take us to break. Another yellow card, though, as we see a huge run there from Fischio.
Yeah, the spin move back inside, but we see here just no attempt to try and get low. Grabs him by the shoulder and the top of the jersey, brings him down. He's trying to work hard, but he already knows that the card is coming. That's a high tackle, and because it's so close to the try zone, it's a penalty try.
So 7-7 is our score here at halftime. We'll step aside and come back for the exciting end of this D2 National Championship here at the CRC Sevens. Come back and join us. Welcome back to Maryland, home of the CRC Sevens Championships, and there is your small college national champions, Babson College, taking home the trophy, holding the banner. Strong work from the Beavers this weekend. They had an incredible tournament. They were able to take the hardware home. Tim Wilkes here with Darian Lovelace, and Darian, there was an incredible match there for the small college national championship. You see the emotion from these players here on a tough weekend.
Yeah, was able to hold him to the goose egg. Very impressive stuff here from them. They definitely put on a defensive effort for the ages. It's such a great feeling to be in this tournament here. We've got so many teams, so much publicity. We've got Next Level Rugby Productions, and through National Collegiate Rugby, we're just able to showcase the talent of these players. But what's really on the line right now is the second half match for the D2 College Championships, Tim. Such exciting stuff.
You see everybody just dripping in rain here, sloppy conditions. It's time to find that championship gear here. 7-7 your score. NC State in the black jerseys, IUP in the white. And NC State right now playing with 6 men. I believe they were able to get their first yellow card. Swales back on. But after that final penalty try, Ellie Rozier, number 17, is out here for the next 2 minutes. NC State able to come away with it there off the back of the ruck. We'll have a penalty. We'll just play the knock on through the ruck, and it will be a scrum down for NC State.
Yeah, we're gonna see things start to get real chaotic and real messy. The rain is coming down left and right. North Carolina State and IUP are just gonna have to get really smart, very clinical, very intentional in all of their movements if they wanna try and make sure that they're connected on attack.
Put into the scrum here for NC State. Well done through the hands of Jablonski. This one trickles through over the 22-meter line, and it's IUP, a scramble for it. They've got 6 guys around the ball, and they're gonna have a penalty here. Quick tap, no advantage gain there, so they'll move on after the penalty. Nicely done, swimming through the defense's Fischio. Finally takes it into contact. Actually, that was Brian Arnold with the strong take. At the midfield stripe, 7-7 your score. Again, a 1-man advantage here for the next 30 seconds or so, and let's see if they can cash in this pass. Did go backwards, they'll play on, says our referee, Justin Hale. Strong work here from the Crimson Hawks. Through the defense they go, finds some space on the outside, over the 22-meter line, over the 5, and they're in. Hand goes up, whistle sounds, and another 5 points for the Crimson Hawks.
What a power move for IUP. They were down here in the first half. It's the cut back inside and the tiny little skills that do it right. This is a short, less than 5-meter pass, but it's the skill, the 2v1, and then the speed, the determination. This is for the championship. What a try here for IUP over North Carolina.
Strong work. That went through the hands of Brian Arnold. Found that final pass. Was able to suck in the wing just enough. Able to pop that one outside, and it's a 12-7 score here. About 2.5 minutes gone by, and we'll take another look.
Yeah, it's just the grit, the determination. All of these teams have worked so hard, all of the players included, but to get in the try zone, to even see the white line after you've been so far from it, you're gonna find a way to make the try.
It's set to go again. This one not the most height, but it's going to be secured by NC State. Again, NC State was up 7-0 and looked to be dominating with their defense there in the first half, but a couple of yellow cards have completely flipped the script. Right now it's the Wolfpack ball in hand. Rory Hillman ends up taking this one all the way out into touch. Good job there by the Crimson Hawks to string that one out.
Yeah, just really easy to corral him because he's running sideways all the way across the pitch. It just makes it very easy for IUP to just come across and corner flag and knock him out of bounds. Again, we've said it time and time again, that sideline does not miss.
Yeah, it may have been better just to take that one to deck. Had a little bit of support with him. The dangerous pass comes back here to the Crimson Hawks off the top through Peluso. IUP, boys from Indiana, Pennsylvania, looking to strike here, already up by 5. Just a few minutes left to play here in this D2 National Championship match. Trent Stallings over the midfield stripe. And again, the Crimson Hawks not playing with a lot of tenacity on the offensive end, a lot of times catching it flat-footed, but here in the rain, just got to make sure you're nice and sure-handed. This time, over the 10-meter line they go, trying to take it weak, scooped up over the 22. Strong work from Brian Arnold, who's been all over the pitch, whipping it around nicely. Back to full strength here is NC State. They've been tough on this defensive end, but it's Peluso. Finds his target out there to Holmes. Holmes swims across 2 tackles, fends off a 3rd, takes it 6 meters out. Crimson Hawks looking to extend the lead, already up by 5 with about 2.5 minutes left to play in this D2 National Championship. They're able to fish it out of there. Peluso lowers his head, tries to get close. There's a pick and go through Stalling. He gets held up. Knee is not making it to deck, finally takes it down. I believe that was a maul. It's got to be presented. It looked a little slow to come out of there. Strong work from our referee, Justin Hale, out of Lone Star Referee Society. He calls that one out of the maul, and it'll be a scrum down back to NC State. What a hold from the Wolfpack.
Yeah, and Sevens, the maul is called relatively quickly. We see here he's just not able to get his body height to ground. They do such a good job of squeezing him up into that space, not allowing him to drop to ground. You can kill the ball, it's dead ball at that point, and it's going to end up being a turnover. What a turnover for them, especially whenever IUP looks so good down here.
As soon as it goes to deck, it's got to be presented there. He was caught on the opposite side, and now offsides is going to be the call, as the Hawks were a little bit too aggressive there. Penalty, they'll just take this one with the tap, kick it through, over the midfield stripe they go. It's IUP, they're able to pick this one up. The defense was there for NC State, and they found some space here on the near side, but this one did get knocked backwards off the air and passed. Play on here for the Crimson Hawks. 1 minute left to play. They've got a 5-point lead here in this D2 National Championship. Brian Arnold smartly takes this one into contact. They're going to keep this one nice and tight, slowing it down. Very smart strategy as you try to let the seconds tick off. Contact was made there. Not rolling away is going to be the call.
Yeah, we're going to start seeing North Carolina. They're desperate to get the ball back, so expect to see a lot more contention here at the breakdown, but IUP are really going to have to secure this ball. It is a very easily changeable match.
So far, they're keeping this nice and tight, but a strong defensive stand sends them back behind the gain line. Nice little burst to bring it back through. Support continues to arrive just in time, 15 seconds away from the final whistle. Last play here for IUP. They've done tremendously here, but a big counter ruck. They're able to blow this one up, are the Wolfpack, but they secure possession again. The Crimson Hawks pick it up, give it the boot. The final whistle sounds, and IUP are your D2 national champions here at the CRC Sevens. What a match, Darian.
Bodies absolutely everywhere. The exhaustion, the slip and slide in for the team hugs, and the love all around. What an accomplishment for IUP. They were down at the beginning. North Carolina looked so physical, but it was their adaptation in the second half. What a performance. But North Carolina, what a show by them. They showed out continuously, but IUP was just absolutely ruthless in the second half.
First 6 minutes of this match were absolutely dominated by the Wolfpack, but IUP with 12 unanswered points secure themselves the D2 National Championship. We've still got a couple more set to go here at the CRC Sevens. Me and Darren will step aside. John Broker and Abby will take us through the last couple of matches, so keep it tuned in here. Thank you so much for joining us.
CBD American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
And a good morning to you, rugby fans. Welcome to beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. We have Sevens rugby action coming for you all day.
Blow up the spot, then we run it. Ready or not, here we coming. Somebody better say a prayer for me. Tonight may get a little crazy.
Handles that one, finally moving out. It looks like they are in the try zone again, extending their lead.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
It's time to take care of yourself and enjoy life again. CBD American Shaman has a full line of hemp-derived products to help you experience the fullness of life. Whether it's a better night's sleep, relief from worries and tension, or just having fun, consultants at CBD American Shaman will guide you on your journey. Visit findcbdnow.com for a location near you. Findcbdnow.com. CBD American Shaman. Life is better with the feather.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Since 1979, we have been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch. We are the bind. We are the set. We are the squeeze. We are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scrum.
And welcome back. We're here at the Maryland Soccer Complex. It's the final two games of the National Collegiate Rugby Championship. This is the D1 final. It's been a rainy weekend. It's made things interesting, but it's going to be the Clemson Tigers taking on the Toreros of the University of San Diego. John Broker here with Abby Gestitis, ready for these matchups. Abby, these teams have fought their way through the divisions. They fought their way through the weather. They've made it here to this D1 championship. Tigers versus Toreros. Great matchup coming up for us.
It's been a massive weekend for all of the teams, but both of these teams haven't lost a match yet. They have made it to the national championship, but 14 minutes to decide who will lift that trophy at the end of this tournament. It's certainly not San Diego weather out there, so hopefully they can hold their own in these conditions.
You'd be familiar with both. Maryland native and lived in San Diego for a bit, so certainly understanding what this weather can affect them. It's San Diego kicking off in the light blue, and in that Clemson orange, it is Clemson. But the pickup from Paul Habib, a sixth-generation Californian, lists himself down as a Lebanese American, went to Mater Dei High School. A good pick off that restart there. He's barreling his way up the field. It is a quick start here from the Toreros. San Diego deciding not to let this weather bother him, and around the corner they go, looking for the try zone. Did he get it? Ref and assistant ref say it's good, and that's Devin Hubel, the junior from Glen Ellen, Illinois, scoring the first try for the University of San Diego.
What a start here for University of San Diego, but it looks like the referees are having a quick discussion. And there's the arm goes up. The referee awards the try. As you can see, they're just battling through contact. San Diego, just a little duck. He has the power. He gets over the line. They thought he might be into touch, but brilliant work there from San Diego. Looks like Devin Hoovel getting over for the opening try of this match.
That's a good 5 points for Hoovel, and they have gotten themselves in the lead here. They can't make it in with the conversion, but 5-0 it is. The Toreros still in the lead here, and we'll kick this one off as you see the rain coming down. After this match, we're going to have Mount St. Mary's versus the Indiana Hoosiers in the Premier Final. Should be a wonderful matchup. A little mistake there from Clemson, so another ball inside the 22 here for the Tigers, or for the Toreros. Sam Carlson moves it. Here comes San Diego. Nice move around. Good work of the ball in the hand to Carlson. Again, Carlson takes it up the middle, resets, creates that defensive offside line. Here's the big man. He's fun to watch. He's Michael Ramos. He gets it through to one. He's pushing through another. He's a big boy, Ramos. He is headed towards the try line. Ramos, 6'3", 230, real estate and economics major. Ball moves on to Habib. Habib able to recycle that one. Playing a little tight in the rain here. Not a bad move when you got fellas like this, because he is over at the try line, but held. Oh, time is off. We're going to discuss between the referee and the assistant referee. Let's see what the decision comes to.
Okay, that's all.
You can see USD, they are just playing that super tight game. The conditions will force you into that more 15 style. They're getting 2, 3 extra people at the ruck. Referee awards the try yet again. So second try here for USD in just as many minutes. So they're off to a perfect start in their eyes. Look there, there's 5 San Diego players, and then a 6-1 on your screen. Super tight. They're opting for that power game. They know they're only 2 meters away,
14,
and Ramos is so difficult to stop.
Let's go. 5 seconds.
Ramos is great from that short spot there. Wonderful work for him. And we will continue on with this game. Toreros to kick off again as they are taking a good lead here.
Looks like the score will remain 10 points to 0. USD leading Clemson. Clemson unable to hang on to these restarts at the moment. Those conditions are tricky for retaining those kickoffs.
Another great restart from the Toreros. That one comes down. It will come to them as a line out, tipped out by the Clemson Tigers. Everything going San Diego way at the moment. We're just under 4 minutes into this contest.
Looks like it was a knock-on into touch, so San Diego have that option to go for the scrum or the line out. Smart move here, going for that scrum, given the weather.
Ball into the Toreros. Toreros moving it out wide here, spinning it around. That's Daniel Sir, winning the number 13. He gets it wide. They're pulling across the 40-meter line. Nice break. Sir gets the ball back. Daniel Sir, the first-year player from Portland, Oregon, takes it into contact. They're just outside the 22 are San Diego. San Diego moving this one across. They're going to have to keep it tight again. They really discussed this, and they're playing this weather, trying to weave their way around. Eventually, a knock-on creeps in. There were 2 of them there. Referee's going to award this to San Diego.
Looks like San Diego weren't able to use that advantage, so referee just stops it, brings them in for another scrum. Here we see Hoovel, the try scorer from earlier on. He's the 9. He's the creator in the middle of this pitch. He has a little bit of blindside at the top of your screen, but he has his teammates right at the bottom. Opts to use the blindside, but big tackle coming in from Clemson. Great defensive read there. So it will be a scrum as Hoovel lost that ball in contact.
Here for Clemson in their own zone, looking to make something happen here at this Collegiate Rugby Championship, this D1 final. As we continue to move on, Clemson, the Tigers, doing everything they can here. to get back Troy Hall's team. Very good coach, good program there in South Carolina, continuing to build. Nice break up the middle. This is what they need, but Jersey is being held on to. Offloads there, gets the ball to Baylor Williams. Baylor Williams comes back, gets the ball up there. Justin Wade who made that initial break. Now a little movement here in important phase for the Tigers, but slip pass in the rain comes back. It's going to go to the University of San Diego.
Let's go.
Just a little glimpse of what Clemson are capable of. They're threatening with ball in hand. They're tightening up. They have the skill. They have the pace and the athleticism. Just these little errors creeping in, giving that ball back to San Diego for another scoring opportunity before we go into halftime.
Your head goes in the air.
The referee just giving some instructions. As Abby said, we're getting towards halftime here. Under 30 seconds in the game clock. 10-0 to University of San Diego in this D1 championship match. San Diego beat University of North Carolina in the semis to get here. Clemson beat UConn, the University of Connecticut, to make their way to this championship game. You can see the rain coming down here has made it a wet and wild weekend. Following this, the final match of the weekend, the men's Premier Cup in Indiana. Hoosiers and Mount St. Mary's. Abby and I will be bringing you that matchup as well. But on hand right now is a great game. Suffocating the Tigers is this University of San Diego team. Nice little wraparound move there. Headed towards the corner. Ball kind of closes down there. Wade, good job hunting it down that ball carrier. Across they come from Jamison. Rose Carlson wearing number 5. Ball comes to Habib, who got this whole game started with a great restart, being very effective. They want to go home with some hardware. This one is up to Jameson. Hold towards the touchline. All in, it's going to be a line out here for Clemson deep in their own end.
Great defense coming across from Clemson. Michael Lewis thought he was in just 10 meters from the try zone. But I love the perseverance and the grit shown from the Clemson Tigers. They will have one final opportunity, although they are deep in their own half. Lineouts, they prove tricky in normal conditions, let alone given the weather, the slippery ball. So we'll see if Clemson opt to move down the pitch.
We're in referee's time right now. It is slippery ball, but it is the end of the first half. This Clemson team could really use some points as they go up and over. The space closes down there for Wade. Justin Wade, the first-year player from Sunnyvale, California. Straight up the middle go the Tigers, but an errant pass there comes back. Ramos just takes out a man. This may be a card for Ramos. Not the smartest thing you can do today. A yellow card it is for Ramos.
Playing the man without the ball.
Big barreling run seen there from Clemson. And then you can see Ramos, he changes the trajectory of his run, leads with his shoulder, no attempt at a wrap. Oh, and unlucky there for Clemson. A big error seen there as they had the player overload before halftime.
All San Diego, but only 10-0. A man in the bin for the first 2 minutes for San Diego. It's going to be an interesting second half. We'll bring in that action as it comes.
And D2 Commissioner Brad Dufek. Join us in congratulating our 2023 D2 finalists, NC State. Next, we want to present the MVP trophy to Dom Holmes. And now, the moment they've earned your men's D2 national champion, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Where go Crimson Hawks? tickets, getting those jerseys, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back to our T1 National Championship. Clemson Tigers in orange.
Welcome back. It is the second half. 10-0 San Diego leads over the Clemson Tigers. It is a Division I championship game here at the Maryland Soccerplex Collegiate Rugby Championship. Big ball goes up. We have an immediate advantage here to the University of San Diego. They're shorthanded. Looks like it might have just been a scrum advantage. Referee is letting these teams play. San Diego at their 22. Ball comes across. Going to have to take this 2 minutes here. This is John Broker with Abby Gastaitis bringing you this exciting D1 action. We'll pick and go there from San Diego. Looks like they're going to keep this one tight. Moving off to the left-hand side. Ball spills forward out of Habib's hand, but an offside to the referee is going to bring us to a penalty for the University of San Diego.
A little bit of afters there creeping in between the players. You can see how much this match means to them. University of San Diego opt to kick down for territory. They do have that player in the bin, so this will kill that clock a little bit. Walk to the line out, take your time. Really smart game management move by those men in blue.
The line out for San Diego.
Let's go. San Diego coming here with a line out. You can see the 40-meter line of Clemson Tigers just down there. Those shorthanded, they go to the front. Didn't go straight, however. Referee's going to whistle that one up. An opportunity here for a full-strength Tigers while they have a one-player advantage, Abby.
Definitely, and the scrum is one of the best platforms to use that advantage. You pull in 4 players from each team, and then Clemson will have 3 attacking backs against just 2 from USD. So keep your eye on the 9 Hoofel from USD. His defense will be critical in this play.
Clemson just holding it a second there. They're going to try to get this player advantage. They've got the ball to the wing. Is the speed on? Can he cut through? Wade can. Justin Wade gets through a few. Big tackle comes in eventually there. Good cover from the Toreros. They've got runners out wide here. They can close down some of this gap if they can use it wisely. They get it to the wing. Will it happen? It's across the 22. Ball gets back in and it slips off of Dunlop's hands. Unlucky for the Tigers. They were headed towards closing down this gap just a little bit, and that error just creeps in.
Let's go right here. Let's go.
Dunlop passes it off to his winger, his teammate, and then looks to receive that ball back on the inside. It just falls off the fingertips, and that will bring USD's full complement of 7 back into the mix. So 7v7 and back to USD ball.
USD puts that one up. It's partially blocked. It's back down to a USD player. They're at their own 5-meter line. Just almost 3 minutes gone in the second half. There's plenty of time for the Tigers, but they need to get some points on the board. The pressure here defensively will be important. See how San Diego decides to get themselves out of this zone. With a little bit of a kick there. Now they're inside their own try zone. Good catch right there. Ball nearly slipped out of the hand. Looking for an offload. They get it. They're at the 22. San Diego making a little room now, giving themselves some breathing room, but this player is isolated, and it comes up Clemson way. Great work by Baylor Williams on that one. Williams from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, gets the ball to one of their speedsters. That's Cole Rinklin. Rinklin has to offload that one. Good defense scrambling here from this University of San Diego team. It looks like they slapped down that ball, so we should have a penalty advantage here. Justin Wade comes around the end, looking for that space. Justin Wade gets through a couple. We may come back for the penalty eventually. There's Ramos back on the field wearing the number 8, so full strength for this San Diego team. A referee's going to bring it back. We're going to have a scrum here for the Clemson Tigers.
A little bit of hectic play there from Clemson. Really looks like they're just trying to do it individually. They're trying to back themselves. However, the support's not there. The reload isn't there. Looks like it was deemed just a knock-on in the tackle from San Diego. So that will still be Clemson's ball. If they want to get in the try zone, they need to work together. They need to set the ruck, have their support there, and maintain possession.
Let's go, use it, use it.
Ball in here from Clemson. Clemson gets it back, a little step there. Need a little direct running. Rinklin is going to find that now. He is throwing dummies everywhere, trying to get to that try zone. His team is on the spot. Little break here. Here comes Clemson. Clemson number 7, Baylor Williams, is over the line. Try awarded, kick to come. We could have 2 minutes to go and a 3-point deficit. We'll see how this kick goes. Abby, what moves?
Number 14.
All to play for. Have a look at the dancing feet, the twirls, the dummies. He really is putting on a show, is Cole Rinklin. But it's just that little eyes up, heads up play from Baylor Williams. 2 meters out from the try zone. No post seen there from San Diego. So the gap was his. He has the reach. Gets Clemson right back into this match.
Clemson is back in, and
Serious concern about number 14, Orange. Got a hit. I want him off the field.
we are ready for a kickoff here from Clemson, who cut down that lead to 7. There's 3 points in it. Minute and a half to go. This is what you play for. This is exciting, playing in the rain. Both teams full strength. Rinklin not leaving anything for the dance floor for that last try. And a couple of minutes coming. And then remember, we have Indiana the Hoosiers versus Mount St. Mary's, the Mountaineers, coming up in the premier final after this one.
Wait.
And this is what you play for, this final minute of a national championship.
And we're on the way again.
It was all San Diego at first, but great work by Clemson. Can they get the ball back in this next 40 seconds on the game clock? We will have a little referee's time here. San Diego just powering ahead. Referee says a little over a minute. Big break by Ramos, however. He had a yellow card, and he's trying to make up for it. He's at the 22. The big man might not have the gas, but this fella might. That's Nate Leff going over the try zone. And Nate Leff is going to touch it down. The first-year player from San Clemente, California. Tremendous player. 5 points. What a statement from the University of San Diego Toreros.
Ramos looks up, spies the little gap. He scoots around the ruck. He doesn't have the wheels to finish, but Nate Leff in support. Brilliant continuity, and he is in, potentially sealing this victory for the Toreros. University of San Diego with that final try, looking very strong to lift this trophy.
That one just rolls through into the rain coming down here. It's been an interesting weekend at the National Collegiate Rugby Championships. San Diego to kick off here. We're over time in the game clocks. We're in referee's time. This could end any moment. A little out of reach, over a converted try for Clemson. San Diego may be your championship. Here's Michael Lewis to kick off. Hair not looking quite as good in the wet weather as it did yesterday when we had a little bit of sun, and that one, it goes directly out. So we're going to come back to a free kick here for the Clemson Tigers.
Looks like last play for Clemson. They'll want to end with a score, just tightening up that gap a little bit, a little too late for the Tigers, but they can finish with some flourish.
Nice work here from the Tigers to get to the 22. Troy Hall's men will want to go home with something good, but that knock-on will end it. It's going to be a national championship, Division I for the University of San Diego. What a moment for this team, Abby. You know this feeling. It's got to be wonderful.
Pure elation. You can see the celebrations. You can see how much it means to these men, the staff, everyone back home cheering them on. They got it done. 14 minutes of a national championship game. Doesn't even look like they're a little bit tired, so enjoy the win.
Today, so
well done to USD.
Congratulations, University of San Diego. We're going to be back with the National Premier Cup in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us.
CBD American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
And a good morning to you, rugby fans. Welcome to beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. We have sevens rugby action coming for you all day.
Blow up the spot, then we running. Ready or not, here we coming. Somebody better say a prayer for me. Tonight may get a little crazy. You can meet me.
Handles that one, finally moving out. It looks like they are in the try zone again, extending their lead.
Welcome to the wild side. Welcome to the wild side. Welcome to the wild side. Wild side.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
It's time to take care of yourself and enjoy life again. CBD American Shaman has a full line of hemp-derived products to help you experience the fullness of life. Whether it's a better night's sleep, relief from worries and tension, or just having fun, consultants at CBD American Shaman will guide you on your journey. Visit findcbdnow.com for a location near you. Findcbdnow.com. CBD American Shaman. Life is better with the feather.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
And good afternoon to you, rugby fans. Welcome back. This is the big one. This is the Cup Premier Final between the Indiana Hoosiers are going to be wearing black and the Mount St. Mary Mountaineers wearing white. This is the culmination of a great National Collegiate Rugby Championship weekend. I am John Broker. I am joined by U.S. Olympian, U.S. Eagle, Premier Rugby 7-star, and a rugby analyst, Abby Gustitis, for this matchup. Abby, you had Indiana going through in the selection show, looking good right now. This is going to be a great game.
A great matchup ahead. Indiana have looked so strong. They have threats across the pitch, but Mount St. Mary's have surprised a few folks, earning their way to a championship with some stellar teamwork, and it's going to be a great 14 minutes ahead.
They have been phenomenal, and here they are in the rain. It's going to make a little bit of a difference. Mount St. Mary's immediately on the ball in the whites. Mount St. Mary's getting some pressure from this excellent Indiana defense. I'm sure their coach, Jay Miles, and their analysts have really worked hard to dissect this Indiana team, try to find some weaknesses there. They're inside their 22 still. Ball comes across the front, and that's Leland. Leland was listed as someone else on our list before, but now we know who he is. We'll be talking about the young man that scored many tries. A little kick there in the rain, trying to make something happen. Ball comes back to the Hoosiers. Hoosiers put the ball out to the wing. Everything looking good here for both of these teams. They've got some width if they can get the ball out there. So see what they decide to do. They decide to keep that one a little close. That's Tommy Hannon. Hannon puts a little pass in there. Right over a quick ruck ball for the Hoosiers. Hoosiers, ball back to the 40. Some runners out wide. A little tighter because of the weather. I'm going to try to find the space out here. They've scored from everywhere. They've scored from tight. They've scored from wide. They've scored from restarts. They have done some stupendous work this weekend. Ball comes across. Parker Wall gets rid of that one, the first-year player from Leo, Indiana. But knocked forward there. We're going to go back for a scrum. And a little bit of an intense start from both teams, Abby.
Intense indeed. You see Peyton and Parker Wall there working in tandem, the brothers who've just been incredible for this Indiana side, but just that little bit of indecision at the base of the ruck, whether he was going to pass it or have a little go himself, and that led to that knock-on, which is going to happen in these conditions. So first opportunity for Mount St. Mary's off this right-hand scrum.
Cleland to put this one in. Ball comes out eventually. He's got the attention of Jack Reese from Indiana, but they're able to move it around. They looked at a little wraparound, but they keep it straight. Jude Fangmeyer has a break. He's across the 40. Does he have the gas? It's a foot race. He's got a chase down coming from Tommy Hannon, but he's good to go. Jude Fangmeyer, the junior from Rockville, Maryland, played at Our Lady of Good Counsel. 5 points to open in the scoring here in the Premier Cup.
Have a look there. Jude Fangmeyer, he has the wraparound. He shows the ball into hands, and then it's just a soft shoulder coming in from Indiana. You have to commit. You have to mark the ball at all times, but he has the wheels. Really brilliant breakaway and finish from Fangmeyer to get Mount St. Mary's up in this national championship match.
Kick is good. They're up by 7. Let's talk about this team, Mount St. Mary's. They beat Michigan first round. They beat Adrian in the second round, a very strong team there. They surprised a lot of people, including me, proved me wrong by beating Wheeling in the quarterfinals, then beat Belmont Abbey to march their way here. They're having a dream run so far, and they will be kicking off to Indiana. We'll talk about their road in just a little bit.
Mount St. Mary's fans in the crowd as they are a Maryland school just a trot away, performing for their friends and family.
Mount St. Mary's.
They go for the little chip. That must be something they spotted. Indiana comes down on it, so Indiana has the ball. There's a little bit of room out there, but good tackle. Here comes Indiana having to barrel that one in through Parker Wall. A penalty against Indiana, and here comes Mount St. Mary's at their 40-meter line. See what they can make happen, and it was a nice individual break from Fangmeyer for the first one. We'll see how the team plays this. There's that man, Fangmeyer, gets it out wide. They're playing with that width. This is Cleland. Cleland has scored a number. He is a tremendously difficult player to catch or penalize that time as his footwork gets him isolated.
Not releasing.
Support not quite there for Mount St. Mary, so Indiana able to get that turnover. Long arm penalty for them. See right there, he's showing the sign for the scrum. Again, a good platform here given the conditions, but also you're pulling in the defense. You're going to create one-on-one battles for your back line, and that's all you can ever ask for in 7. To back yourself. Maybe a well-worked try here. You see the attacking players are split for Indiana at the top of your screen, right behind, and at the bottom.
Where they come, Jack Reese gets rid of that one. Reese, a sophomore from Bethesda, Maryland, went to Gonzaga High School rugby powerhouse. They go to the boot. Somebody's coming through here. A little chip forward. Nearly a little break there. Sliding in the rain. Try awarded. Indiana, just what they needed to get themselves on the board.
Indiana, you see right there Noah Brown with ball in hand. Look, 3 defenders on him, and he still has the vision, has the skill, execute a left foot kick, and then he knows that that player is right on him, so it's a little boot ahead, and he does brilliantly. The wet ground certainly helps him slide in, but well done to Indiana. They've really utilized their kicking game throughout this tournament, and that scrum is that perfect opportunity to do so because they don't have a sweeper back initially.
Noah Brown played at Penn High School. He has been capped by the Eagles. He is a tremendous talent, and he scored the try there. But Hannon, the first-year player from Indianapolis, Royal Irish High School rugby player, couldn't hit that difficult angle kick, so there's 2 points in it with just over a minute to go on the game clock in this first half, and this is the living up to its billing game. The Premier Cup, Indiana launches one downfield to the 22. Slipped back behind Mount St. Mary's, able to cover. Hayden McKay moves it across field. Inside their own 22, put in a little bit of a longer pass there, looking for some outside space. Tackle coming in here, that's Kiahi Horan. Player tackled towards the touchline there. It looks like they're going to come back Indiana way. They have a knock-on advantage. Sure, they would like to play against some broken field here as they come across and just stick in the middle, but that kick is blocked. Back into the hands of an Indiana player. Going to have to reset here, get their shape back. Rain changes the tactics. That one just didn't quite go to hand. That's Noah Brown, the try-scorer, ball in hand. Gets the ball to Peyton Wall. Peyton Wall gets that one back. This Indiana program coached by David Fee with Luke Gross, their director of rugby. Great program in Indiana. Ball in. Players quickly over the penalty for a player off his feet against Dylan Van Stree from Linden, Virginia. Good opportunity here for Indiana as they call for the scrum, Abby. Interesting tactic.
You see how Van Stree just went right over the ball. His shoulders went below his hips. He was using the ground to support him. So you're going to get that penalty every single time. Indiana, they scored off their last scrum, so smart move here for them. Again, you're pulling in those players, and then this is going to finish them off before halftime. So one more chance to pull ahead.
Last play of the halftime, according to the referee. Let's see what they decided to do with a little step move there. Didn't look quite what they wanted to have happen, but they're going to get this ball back. Ball's back in the hands of Tommy Hannon. We've got some great players here. It goes to Wall, but he just kicks it in a touch. Not what they wanted, so we're going to go to halftime with a 2-point lead for the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers. Indiana, a lot of work to do. We'll be back with second half action in just a minute.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking.
Yeah. And welcome our presenters, Greg White, Steve Hyatt, and Brad Duffick. Join us in congratulating our 2023 D1 finalists, Clemson University. Next, we want Next, we want to present the MVP trophy to Michael Ramos. And now, the moment they've battled so hard for, your men's D1 national champion, University of San Diego. Very sexy, San Diego. Everyone wanna act like they important. And all let me know that when I saw my door, everyone counting on me, drop the ball. Everything custom like I'm at the bottom. Yeah. If you win it, would you like to
There you see the trophy being awarded to San Diego, the University of San Diego, your D1 champions at this National Collegiate Rugby Championship weekend. Right now we have a 2-point game. It is the Mountaineers to kick off to the Hoosiers of Indiana. Mount St. Mary's kicking off. John Broker with Abby Gustitis. Abby, it's going to be an interesting second half. Things are tight.
A tight matchup, exactly what we would have expected and hoped for in this national championship matchup. And it is 7 minutes. Everything to play for. It is all out there. Go and get it. It's all about who can pick up the energy right from the start. Minimize your errors and just fight for each other every minute of this second half.
Whistle has been blown. Second half is ready. Mount St. Mary's to kick this one off. It's been exciting so far. A battle in the rain here in Maryland. Indiana goes up for it, but it slips in behind and right into the hands of Evan Corbett. Corbett launches it back in. Pass somehow makes it to Hayden McKay. Mount St. Mary's is on the 5-meter line of Indiana right at the start of the second half, and they've got some runners wide if they can get it there. But a step back in from Cleland has to put the ball down. Van Stree can get that one across, but the space just closes down against this Mount St. Mary's team, and that is some luck for Indiana.
That high-hanging restart proved a little difficult for Indiana, and the bounce went Mount St. Mary's way. Lovely bit of interplay. Then as DJ Johnson, I think, cut back in, He could have used the outside, then they sent it a little too late. So Indiana ball just outside their own 5 meter.
Ball taken down by Noah Brown, and that line out right at their own 5 meters is this Indiana team. They have a bit of a distance to go, but they certainly have the personnel and the fitness to do so. Ball again, just a little pick there. Keeping it tight. Now they've got some width. They've got some runners out wide. Man in space right here, drawing a couple defenders. Is this the gas man on the outside? Can he turn the corner? It's going to be a tough one, and he's not going to quite get it there. That is Peyton Wall. Peyton Wall, ball slips in a touch there. Assistant referee is on the spot.
Line set.
And it's going to be a line out here for Mount St. Mary's. Minute and a half gone in the second half. Good result for the Mountaineers.
Have a look there. Wall tries to back himself. He places the ball, gets up to go again. Just tries to offload it into touch to his teammate, but it goes into touch. So that's another turnover. Back to Mount St. Mary's, who have looked really threatening with ball in hand.
Good work there from Indiana to disrupt, but it does come back up in the Mountaineers' hands. That's Haran. They put the kick through. Foot race is on. Little chip ahead. Looking for it there is Brunello. Bastien Brunello. Haven't seen a ton of him yet in this game. He's certainly a talent from Mont-de-Marsan High School in France. In their try zone, here come the Hoosiers. Hoosiers player maybe a little isolated there, but he's going to wait patiently, get himself to the ground. 9.5 minutes gone in this 14-minute contest. Little step coming in there for Cahoon. They get the ball back out to the wing. There's a break. Looking for something a little more here. Ball goes around to the outside. Player's going to chip that one ahead. It's going to stay in. He gets it towards the center. It's at the 40-meter line of Mount St. Mary's. Mount St. Mary's regathering here under a bit of pressure. There's Haran. Haran makes a nice break. He's across the 50. He's 6'2", 205 from New Zealand. Went to Arataki Sports Club.
Out, block.
Pressure on the Mountaineers. They're right at halfway now. Ball comes up from Brunello. Brunello puts it out there to McKay. McKay shows. McKay gets caught, but puts a little offload in there, and it glancing back and headed towards the try zone. There is number 4, Jude Fangmeyer. 2 tries to his name in this final.
Fangmeyer getting it done. Have a look. Brilliant bit. Ball in 2 hands. He shows it. That's Hayden McKay. And then he pulls in both the defenders. Maybe someone got tripped up. But Fangmeyer did so well to hold the width, stay in support, and it's that little out-the-back flick pass from McKay. And then Fangmeyer's in for a double in this national championship.
Impressive work. That kick does not hit its mark. So it's still interesting here. It doesn't pull them away too far. 12-5, so a converted try would tie it for Indiana. But they have to get the ball. It's been a lot of pressure from Mount St. Mary's playing this Indiana team very well. Little bounce of the ball going their way, but because they're getting themselves in the right places, they're doing the right things and playing with some precision. Interesting moments coming up.
So just get ready.
You can never count a team out with 3 minutes to go. One score the difference. So Indiana will definitely be up for this if they can hold on to this restart.
Ball does come down Indiana way. Into contact they go. It skips by the first receiver and just a little knock on there. Mount St. Mary's opportunity here. Indiana goes down on it. Players digging it out, and it turns into a penalty this time for not releasing. Brunello gets it. On the back foot are the Hoosiers. Here comes a big boy. He's looking for that try zone. They're in a puddle, but they're going to get that ball back. Referee whistles it. Comes back for, I believe, a
13 straight in from the side.
It looks like not roll in from the side from Mount St. Mary's. So the attacking player was not in the appropriate position. So Indiana get their own ball back on the 5-meter line. This is a huge moment. Mount St. Mary's had all the space. They had the overlap on the right-hand side, but they chose not to use it. They chose to back themselves, use their brute strength, and Indiana were up for it. As you can see here, Will Chevalier down for Indiana, just taking a moment, getting checked on by his teammates.
12 is off.
Always about player welfare here. So referee's time is off, but it will be Indiana ball. Their penalty potentially going for a line out, getting out of this area just 5 meters out from their own try zone.
It looked like all money was going towards Mount St. Mary's there, but that mistake is going to give a lifeline here to this Indiana team. Will Chevalier, very tough player, not leaving the field. He is a big part of this team, is Will Chevalier, a senior from Naperville, Illinois, played at Nuka High School, also a capped Eagle. Just tremendous toughness to stay in the game. But Abby, you can talk about it. You just don't want to leave these games.
You do or die with your best, and no one's voluntarily coming off this pitch, especially being 7 points down. But huge missed opportunity there for Indiana. So ball right back to Mount St. Mary's.
Ball slips through their hands. It's back. Cleland puts it a little wider. Here comes Mount St. Mary's. They're on the attack again. They spent a lot of time in the Indiana half. That's made a bit of a difference. Cleland moves it across again. Here comes Mount St. Mary's. A little step back. Things are tight. Minute on the game clock. There may be some referee's time. Player in there. That's Noah Brown trying to dig it out. He's trying to drive over that one now. Player from Mount St. Mary's just puts it back through his legs, and they're going to play the territory game. There's going to be some pressure on this Indiana defender. Indiana defender trying to get themselves up. Ball squirts out to Mount St. Mary's. Referee says, let's play. Tri-zone's open, and it's 3 for Fangmeyer. And Mount St. Mary's looking strong.
That very well probably sealed this deal, sealed the lifting of the trophy for Mount St. Mary's. And what a performance from Fangmeyer. You see the fans, they are buzzing for it. Indiana did well to chase back that wall there, but then a little knock on Fangmeyer. He throws the bump, he has the dive, he has the reach, and big-time players step up for these big games, and Fangmeyer has done just that, giving himself a hat trick.
And that conversion is good. There's another kickoff to come here from Mount St. Mary's. They've extended their lead to 19. We're at 14 minutes on the game clock, so we're in referee's time. There could certainly be another try on the offering for Indiana, but it would be very difficult, near impossible for them to come back and become national champions. Mount St. Mary's looking like they're going to be lifting the cup very shortly.
Time is expired either way, okay? Just wait for them.
It sounds like the referee is telling Mount St. Mary's that time is expired, but he has 10 seconds to take the restart. So this will mean Mount St. Mary's will be our national champions, but Indiana will have a shot to retain this kickoff and get down the field just to finish with a few more points on the board.
Referee, as Abby said there's no time, but we're going to kick off one more time. Dylan Van Stree, Indianapolis has put in all of their substitutes right now. Give them a little bit of game time in this national championship. They'll want to be back next year. Here's a break down the left-hand side. Player getting across the 50-meter line. Ball gets taken into touch. Players look excited for Mount St. Mary's, but it is a penalty, so here goes Indianapolis again. Player at the 22. They really want to keep the scoring down, does Mount St. Mary's. They are not done playing defense yet. Ball comes across to Indiana. Indiana moves it towards the middle of the field. Indiana ball slips off their hands. That's been the story of the day. Just these little knock-ons, passes just a little too far. There have been multiple knock-ons there. Referee spots knock-ons going in both directions. And that is your national championship. The Mountaineers, the Mount Rugby, Mount St. Mary's. The local team is going to take home the Premier Cup. Abby, what a performance by this Mount St. Mary's team.
Congratulations to Mount St. Mary's. They were truly well-rounded. They were composed, and they got the job done. Jay Miles has been head of this program for several years, and they've come so far, and it's been really fun to watch. They're a great team with threats across the pitch, and enjoy this win. They certainly were underdogs coming into this tournament, yet they got the job done, and that's sevens for you. Anyone's game on anyone's day.
Yeah, they were a number 3 seed coming through, playing a number 1 seed and kind of the predicted champion there. Wonderful work by the Mountaineers to really stamp their authority on this tournament. It was a knockout tournament, pardon me, where you couldn't lose a game. You had to win every single game in order to lift that cup. And you see the fans there from Mount St. Mary's celebrating with their team. That's going to be it for us here. It has been a wonderful tournament. Mount St. Mary's is your champion. We are going to do a few thank yous before we get out of here. For National Collegiate Rugby, we're going to thank Steve the Creator Cohen, Jeremy Treese, Steve Hyatt, Pat Clifton, Angela Smarto, Brad Dufect, Wade Smith, and all the volunteers and staff that made this great. Our host, the Maryland Soccerplex, wonderful, even in the rain. Our referees, David Haynes and all the referees and ARs, our teams, our schools, our families, especially what NCR does for us, the players. Thank you to the Rugby Network for broadcasting all weekend, and for Next Level Rugby, our camera crew, our technical crew, Kareem Al-Sayed, Nikki Krisick, Nigel Baby Cakes Hill, Mike Baker, and Ryan, the man of the rugby plan, Ginty, as well as our broadcast crew, Lance Cavanaugh on the ground, Thomas Wheels Grant, Tim Wilkes, Darian Lovelace, Wendy Young. For Abby Gustitis, I'm John Broker. This has been the Collegiate Rugby Championship. Join us next year.
We'll be competing against each other in the Heroes Championship at NYC 7.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch. We are the bind. We are the set. We are the squeeze. We are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scrum.